Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trek Canon. So, we are back. We're talking about Star Trek, but this is going to be a short video. This video probably be about 4 or 5 minutes. I'm going to try to keep it around there and everything like that because we're going to be having a conversation that's kind of on Star Trek, but not truly canon. It is based on literature that is Star Trek directly based. So, um, I wanted to share this with people because some people may not know who this character is. I did a full video on him early on in my videos, but I wanted to talk a little bit quickly and a little bit more about him because I've seen a lot of videos and a lot of questions concerning the Great Barrier. Now, when people have talked about the Great Barrier and why people like Gary Mitchell and the lady that was with him developed powers, right? They have a lot of theories that haven't really been answered in canon. So they touch on it a little bit with the psionic energy, but nobody really talks about where that psionic energy comes from in the Great Barrier. They think that it's just a natural occurrence or property of the Great Barrier, and that's not necessarily true. In some of the literature that's, like I said, Star Trek related, they go into a lot of things that's not really covered in Star Trek in detail. One of the things that they talked about was the Great Barrier. Now, what is so important about the Great Barrier? Why does it have these psionic abilities? Why is it able to imbue people with high ESP ratings to be almost godlike? So let's talk about Zero. Now, Zero, like I said, is a non canon character, but the explanation that they gave of Zero explains a lot of in canon activities. For instance, the god of Shakari, for the entity from the what was it? The children shall lead. The guardian of forever. These types of entities played a large part in the Iconians, all right? So these people played a large part in what's going on, the Calamarain event. So Zero is an entity from another plane of existence, all right? And what happens is that a young Q, the one that we're all familiar with in canon, John Delancey, a young Q goes, he's tired of basically the universe, the galaxy, reality. He wants to experience something different. So he goes to the Guardian of Forever and requests that he show him something that he has never seen. So the Guardian opens up a gateway to this other plane where he goes through and he meets what he sees as a vagabond type of person who calls himself Zero. Now, Zero wanted to come back to Q's plane of existence, and Q decided to let him. But the Guardian of Forever didn't really want that to happen. But because Q is who he is, he overrode that and allowed Zero onto our plane of existence. Now, the thing is that Zero is responsible for a lot of the old civilizations, especially when it comes to people like the Calamarain, to start to despise the Q continuum because he tormented these people. He was also responsible for destruction on a galactic scale, so much so that the continuum ordered Q to basically put him back. However, Q wasn't strong enough. So the continuum as a whole went to war against Zero, and Zero took on companions that he thought were strong enough to help him in that fight, i.e., the Guardian of Forever, the god of Shakari, uh, the entity from the end and the children shall lead. All right. Obviously, they lost that war. Now, Zero was exiled from our galaxy, and a lot of his people were exiled and put in different places. The god of Shakari's head was placed on a planet outside the barrier and everything like that. But anyway, Zero is always constantly trying to get back into our galaxy. The Q Continuum erected this barrier. And because of the interactions of Zero's psionic godlike abilities infusing and always trying to attack this barrier, that's the properties that this barrier picked up. Anybody with high ESP ratings who goes into this barrier takes on some of the powers of Zero. So I hope this answered some of the questions that people may have, that may answer a little bit of questions from non-canon sources about canon sources. So let me know what you guys thought of the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And as always, peace, recycle, and say the whales. You guys be cool.